Guys, welcome back to my channel, Creative Hands by Shay. So today I am here with this cute little snowman that I made. So I wanted to make one on camera so you can see it. So this is one of my Christmas ornament that I will be putting on my Christmas tree this year. So I decided to make a snowman first. So I will be showing you step by step how to create this cute little guy here. And I have the materials that I will be using today is the safety eyes here and safety back. I also have my darning needle, my stitch marker, my stitch marker and my darning needle, and also my 3.5mm crochet hook and my scissors. So you don't need a lot of yarn to make this little guy here. You can use scrap yarn. You can just find any yarn that you want to use to make your snowman. So I did use cotton yarn to make the body of the snowman here, and acrylic yarn to make the scarf and the hat. And for the nose part here, or mouth or whatever, I use orange thread, crochet thread, to make this part here. So guys, if you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. Welcome. I hope that you like what you see and you will stay with me here. And to my regular viewers and subscribers, thank you so much, guys. So let's jump in the video. So to begin, we will start off by making a magic ring. So wrap your yarn around your finger or make your magic ring however you want to. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, and chain 1. Now that you have your chain 1, you will go ahead and make 8 single crochet in that ring. And to make your single crochet, you will insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 2 loops. And that's your first single crochet. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And you will continue doing that until you have a total of 8 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now I'm going to pull down on my string and close that part up there. I'm going to push this aside, and now we are going to make single crochets in each stitches around, but you'll be putting 2 single crochets in each stitch. You should have a total of 16 single crochet at the end of row 2. So this is my first one there, and now you will use your stitch marker because you don't want to miss your stitch or lose your stitch. So I'm just going to mark that first stitch there, and then I'm going to go into that same stitch and make 1 more single crochet. And again, into each stitches around, you're going to put 2 single crochet in that stitch. You should have a total of 16 at the end. So I'll see you there. So now I have come to the end of row 2 and I have my 16 here. So now I'm going to remove my stitch marker, and I am going to put 1 single crochet. Use my stitch marker and mark that first stitch, and then 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So that's 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet, and then 2 in the next stitch. So you will continue that same sequence right around. You should have a total of 24 single crochet at the end of row 3. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end. So now I have come to the end of row 3 and I have my total of 24. So from row 4 to row 7, you will only be doing 1 single crochet in each stitches around. So make your first single crochet here, use your stitch marker to mark that stitch. Always remember to use your stitch marker, and you're going to continue doing that right around, and I will see you at the end of row 7. Remember, you're only doing one single crochet in each stitches around. So now I have come to the end of row 7. This is what the head looks like so far. Removing my stitch marker. So now we're going to do a little bit different. So we'll be doing some decreases. So you're going to make one single crochet here. And you're going to use your stitch marker again. And then into the next 2 stitches here, we are going to make a decrease, and we're going to go into the front loop only. So we're going to do an invisible decrease. So that's 1 and 2. So now we have 3 loops in the hook. We are going to yarn over and pull through all 3, and that completes our first decrease there. Now you're going to make one single crochet, and again another decrease, making decrease into the front loop. 1 and 2. 3 loops in the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And you're going to continue doing that right around, making one single crochet and then a decrease. You should have a total of 16 stitches remaining. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end. So now I have come to the end of row 8, and I have my total of 16 stitches remaining here, and you can see that the head is now coming nicely. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull up on our yarn here, and we are going to go ahead and attach our eyes. So you can attach your eyes wherever you want to attach them. I think I'm going to do it on this side here, and you are going to place your eyes. So you're going to count from 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So in between 5 and 6 here, that's where you're going to place your eyes. So I'm just going to put my first one here, and then I'm just going to count 1, 1, 2, and into the third stitch here I'm going to put my next eye. So I'm going to make the eyes a little bit closer on this one, because I noticed on the other one the eyes are a little far apart. So you can see that they're a little bit far apart, but I think it looks cuter with the eyes a little bit closer. But if you want yours to be a little bit far apart like this one, you can also do that. If you want it to be a little bit closer, you can do that as well. So I'll be making these ones a little bit closer, and then once your eyes are placed exactly where they're supposed to be, you can now go ahead and attach your safety back. So I'm just going to do it like this, and you're just going to pop that on. You're just going to squeeze down until it clicks. There. So now my eyes are installed, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some fiber here inside, just a small amount for now. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do row 9, and for row 9 you will only be doing decreases. So you're going to do decrease in every stitch around, and you should have a total of 8 stitches remaining. So just as we did before, going into the front loop only, you will be doing that again. So that's our first stitch right there, first decrease, and we're going to use our stitch marker and mark that stitch and continue doing that right around, and I'll see you at the end here. So now I have come to the end here of row 9, and I have my 8 stitches here remaining, and now we are going to move on to increasing. So for row 10 and 11 will be increase rows. So I'm just going to remove my stitch marker, and we will be putting 2 single crochet in each stitches, and you should have a total of 16 single crochet at the end of row 10. At the end of row 11 you should have a total of 32 single crochets. Make sure that you're using your stitch marker to mark those stitches. So I am just going to go ahead and make my increases in each stitches. For row 10, as I mentioned, you will have a total of 16 at the end, and for row 11 you will have a total of 32. So I'll see you at the end of row 11. So now I have come to the end of row 11, and I have my total of 32 stitches right around. Make sure that you count your stitches because you should have your 32. If you notice that you have less, you can go ahead and add the stitches so that you have your total of 32. And also now is the time to add more stuffing if you'd like to put more stuffing into the head of the snowman. So this is what it looks like so far. So now moving on to row 12. So from row 12 to row 18 you will only do 1 single crochet in each stitches around. So that's my first one there. So this is now making the body part of the snowman. So I'm going to continue making my 1 single crochet in each stitches around until I get to the end of row 18, and I'll show you what to do next. So continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end of row 18. So now we have come down to the end part here of the body part of the snowman, and we are now going to be doing decreases. So from row 19 to row 20 will be only decreases. So you're gonna go in just as we did before, doing our invisible decreases, and you're going to make your first decrease there. Use your stitch marker, and you should have a total of 16 remaining once you're through with row 19. Moving on to row 20, you will be doing the same decreases in each stitches around, and you should have a total of 8 single crochet at the end. So you're just going to continue making decreases in row 19 and row 20, and I will see you at the end of row 20, and I will show you what to do next. So make your decreases, and I'll see you there. So now I have come to the end of row 20, and this is what the bottom part here looks like. And you can go ahead and add more polyfill to the bottom part here, and remember you can use your hook to stuff that, just to make sure that it is nice and firm. Okay, and you can go ahead and use your hand like this and shape the body part of the snowman. And now what we're gonna do is we're basically done making the bottom part. I think this is stiff enough. Probably I can put a little bit more. Okay, and I'm gonna remove my stitch marker because we don't need that anymore. And we're just gonna pull up on our yarn. We're gonna fasten off. And chain 1. And you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna sew the bottom part of the snowman up. So now what you're gonna do is I'm just gonna go over on this side. And I'm gonna go on this side here and come back over here and just pull that together. So now you can see that the bottom part is now all closed up nicely. And now you're just gonna weave your tail in. And fasten off. And that completes the bottom part here of the snowman. And there it is, looking so cute. And now what we're gonna do is we can now go ahead and you can make your buttons at the front. So I kind of eyeball mine. I never really do any measurements. I just eyeball and put them in. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna work on the scarf first, and then I will measure from there, go down. So I will be doing a green scarf. So I did a red scarf in the first one. Now I'll be doing a green scarf. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna chain 40. So insert your hook, wrap it around, and make a slip stitch, and chain 40. So I'm gonna go ahead, chain my 40, and I'll be back up with you. So now I have my 40 chain here, and what we're gonna do now is we are gonna skip one and we're gonna go into the next stitch here, and we are going to be doing single crochets. So we're gonna do single crochet right along, and that will complete our scarf. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end making my single crochets. So now I have made my 39 single crochets because we chain 40, and we're gonna fasten off. I'm just gonna chain 1, and we're gonna use our darning needle. Just gonna use a bigger one here, and we're gonna weave in these ends. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, so now that I have weaved in my tail end here, we are now going to just give it a little twirl. To make it kind of relax. Let me twirl it from the other way around. And now we are going to go ahead and attach our scarf. Okay, let me do this. We want this side to be on this side here. Okay, yeah, so now I have it correctly. So you're gonna put this end on this side and wrap around. I'm just going to use my needle just to hold this into place so it doesn't move. And I'm going to go ahead and tack this down around my snowman. And I'm just going to go from the back here. And pull that through. So now that I have my scarf all tacked down, I'm just gonna weave in the end here. And fasten off. Use your needle to just tuck that in so it does not show. Okay, so now that this part here is all completed, now we are going to make the mount. And I'm gonna double my thread. And I'm gonna go right into this part here. Taking your time to just tack that in. I'm just gonna go back through. And I'm just gonna do it one more time and go through another part of the head here because I'm through making the mouth here, or the nose, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just weaving the remainder part in. So now that I have done that, I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. Tuck that in. So there it is, looking all cute already. And now we're going to move on to make our hat. So we're gonna get our black yarn, and we are gonna go ahead and chain 12. So I'm gonna chain my 12 and I'll see you there. So now I have chained my 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You're gonna skip 2, 1, 2, and into the third stitch you're gonna yarn over and make a double crochet. And you're gonna make double crochet in every stitch right down. You should have a total of 10 double crochet for this row here, and we are going to do a total of 6 rows for the hat. And 10. Now that I have my 10 stitches here, we're going to chain 2, turn your work, and into the back loops here, we are going to yarn over into that first one. We are going to make a double crochet, and into each loop in the back we will be making a double crochet. So as I stated, once you get to the end here, you will chain 2 and turn your work, and we'll be doing a total of 6 rows. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll see you at the end of making my 6 rows. So now I have come to the end of making my rows, and I did a total of 8 rows instead of 6 because I measured the hat around the head of the snowman, and I see that it was a little bit too small, so I add 2 more rows. So now what we're going to do is we are going to fold our hat together like this, and we are going to, let me just fold it the other way around. Yeah, so we're going to fold it like this, and we are going to insert your hook into the end part of this part here and make a slip stitch, and we're going to chain 1, and then we are going to be doing slip stitches right along the edges of our hat here. Probably a little bit hard to see because I'm using a black yarn, but I am going in the extreme edges of our hat. Okay, so now that I am right at the top here, make my last slip stitch. I am now going to fasten off, pull that through, and use my darning needle to close the top of the hat. So I'm just going to go in and out stitches at the edges. Till I get back to this tail end here, and then we're just going to tug on that and close it up. I'm going to give it a tie. I'm just going to give it a little one stitch there, and then put your needle down inside. I'm just going to cut this one off here. And there is our little beanie. I'm just going to add that to our little snowman here. Let me just fold that over. And there is our little hat. And what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna go ahead and kind of go on top of the hat itself, well, the head itself, and kind of weave this in so that the hat stays on top of the head. Okay, now I can cut that off. And make another string. So this is the string that we're going to use to attach at the top here. I'm just going to give that a little tie. Fasten that off. And there we have our string to hang our snowman on top of our Christmas tree. Let me just fold over the hat a little bit better. And now we're going to attach our buttons, and we're almost through. So now we're just going to like measure up like this, and we're going to start from this part here. So basically just go under. Let me do that again. Take your time and pull it down. Go back in. And go again. And that's one. And we are going to skip this one here. So we're going to go back down in this part here. And we're skipping this part, and we're going to go into this part here. So into the next row underneath here. So down here, that's where we're going to make our next button. And you want to make sure that they're all lined up as even like underneath here. And I'm going to give it another one going under, and then I'm going to make the other button down here. Just a little bit tight, okay? No, that's going too far. Okay, perfect. Okay, and I think that completes my button. It doesn't have to be perfectly neat. You just want to make sure that you have your button kind of lining up like this. And there it is. So I'm just gonna weave this tail end in. And cut, fasten off. And now our little snowman is completed. So there it is, guys. I hope that you love this tutorial, and I hope that you stay and you watch until the end, and you'll be able to make one of your own to put on your Christmas tree. So this is the other one. They're looking super cute. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And please comment, tell me what you think, like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, just like this video. Until next time, guys. Bye.